Yeah, the mental health piece of this is so important. I can't tell you how many times in the course of casual conversation over the last year, a friend of ours or someone we know has said, yeah, so-and-so, our child is seeing someone. You know, they're talking to a therapist. It's been a very, very difficult time for kids across the spectrum in this country. So are you seeing schools responding appropriately here? I think, you know, a lot of these municipalities, Los Angeles, New York City, have said schools are open in the fall. We're coming back. Do you see that across the country?
Well, I think the schools are largely waiting for the CDC to issue more nuanced guidance. I mean, the first thing the CDC needs to do is lift mask restrictions on children and everyone, vaccinated or unvaccinated, outdoors. It doesn't make any sense for anyone to be masked outside. Of course, if you want to, you can. If you're at high risk or you just are more comfortable in a mask, wear a mask outdoors. But there's no reason for a mask mandate. It's simply not rooted in science. And then the CDC needs to amend their camp guidelines even further to allow vaccinated, counselors and campers to have more freedoms. And then CDC needs to go further and say what we've said in our opinion piece, which is that we can expect in the fall case rates to be so much lower than they are now. We have the luxurious ability in this country to vaccinate more and more people with each passing day. And there's just no scientific reason to have plexiglass barriers, deep cleanings, and to mask children, vaccinated or unvaccinated, when case rates are so low. Kids need school like fish need water. It is an important, essential part of their social and emotional health. We need to put kids first, Willie. We need to prioritize their needs. There is no child-student union, right? There is no voice for these kiddos. They are suffering silently behind closed doors. We can measure suicides. We can measure hospitalizations for mental health distress and despair. We cannot measure as readily kids' depression, anxiety, loneliness, isolation. Frankly, as you know, kids are not safe in many cases at their homes. Kids are not being fed without school. This is a national emergency, and we need to invest in kids' mental health, just like we've invested in the American Rescue Plan with gusto.
Amen to that. And there are millions of kids